Hello again everyone, it's me Anna and I'm going to do another poetry video for you. As you can hear, we're in my bar slash living room. You can hear there's still a bit of background noise going on, but I'll tell them to be quiet in a minute. I'll introduce you once again to our very badly behaved audience. Here they are, again, they're all drunk already, as usual. They're all very badly behaved, apart from Paddington here, who's, the only regular who ever pays attention. These guys are all atrociously behaved throughout the whole thing, but we'll cope. So that's the worst behaved audience in Manchester right now. And I'm just going to call for a bit of quiet. Come on, you horrible lot, be quiet in the cheap seats. And then we will have some poems. So in my previous videos, I've taken this opportunity to wear another pair of ridiculous shoes that I do not need to attempt to get on the bus in. And today I have a pair of vintage creepers on. See, these in themselves are less of an issue, shoe-wise, unless you bear in mind the fact that these are actually a proper vintage pair of creepers and weigh about half a ton. It's like walking with cement overshoes on, to be honest. But they are rather incredible. So yeah, I thought I'd show these off for you today. And I'm on a cider and cranberry squash because it felt like the appropriate drink for this time of year, and it's what I had in. So cheers, and let's have some poems. So this first poem is a sort of ode to nonconformity, and it was inspired by spending time with a bunch of writers last year on the Isle of Arran, where much poetry and much whiskey happened, and lying on the beach on the last day and two Scottish children going past on their bicycles being extremely dismayed that we were lying on the beach, very hungover. Why are two people just lying on the beach? We drank till dawn and now the houses are too peoply. We went to hear the sea, to heal our psyches, so hungover that if we sat down in the house we would miss the day. We are stoned by the sea and stoned on the sea. To lie down on the beach on a day that is somewhat grey is considered odd. On an island where they replant old Christmas trees with the baubles still on, where beer falls out of pockets. Rejoice in your weird. When you walk from the bus resplendent in a space dress cut from curtains, carrying a tray of cherries waitress style, everyone smiles at you. So there we go. Thank you to the Isle of Arran and whiskey for inspiring that one. And we move on to this next one. This one is fairly self-explanatory. I think it came from a prompt from somewhere, I think. Probably NaPoWriMo, which I have totally failed at to do this year. Has anyone else failed at it? I feel like I might suddenly pick it up on day 15 and just start from the beginning or something. I don't know. Anyway, National Poetry Writing Month. For those of you that are doing it and have done it, the prompt every day, fair play to you. That was not going to happen. I have done it many times, but I have never done every single day. So yes, anyway, moving on. Let's see, this is a poem that is called How to Live in an Alternate Timeline. You have no ache in your shoulder, wrist and elbow. You never snapped your arm in two. The dead you mourned walk amongst you, and you don't know how to tell them. You miss the walk, the way their face moves. Some of your books are missing. You can smell the yellowed pages. There is a stranger in your bed who acts something like love. You made half the same mistakes. Some of those had to be done. There is no scar on your thumb. You don't know whose hands these are. In the other place, this was a sign of decline. Here it is just the price you pay for having slipped sideways. Thank you. So we'll move on to the third poem, and then we're going to have one more after that. So this is the penultimate poem. And this poem is, like some of my poems, I wake up and pretty much transcribe a dream that I've had. Because I have very vivid dreams, and they often have quite interesting imagery. So yeah, that's it basically. It's just some of my poems are a dream diary, essentially. It's not me being terribly creative, it's just waking up near a notebook and transcribing something. Last night you made my heart beat fast from something other than lust. Yours, keeping its usual time, rib confined, slowed mine with my ear to it. Later I dreamed my body was covered with someone's scrawl, exam notes on my generous thigh that would not wash off, stained by a cheat sheet in a subject I have never studied. Figures shakily looped my chest, stringing each other along above my breasts, tenuously joined as my fear, greediness for intimacy. I did not remember being inked. No one could recall me being unmarked. I knew there was a pristine skin beneath if I just scrubbed hard enough. Thank you. So after that slightly dark turn, we will return to something of a slightly more uplifting nature in that it covers both pacifism and tits, which I think are a lot of things that lots of people agree are forces for good in this world combined in one poem. So this poem is inspired by Diana Prima. If you do not know of this amazing poet, you should be looking them up immediately. Diana Prima was one of the Beat poets. She was friends with Allen Ginsberg. She was contemporary of his. She was a bisexual woman who lived in New York, dressing like a pirate and having it off with everyone in the 1950s. And, you know, if there's nothing else that, you know, you can look up to for someone, that's great. But obviously she's also carried on writing and being an activist. Her longest running series is her Revolutionary Letters series, which are sort of poems as letters. And this was a response to her Revolutionary Letter number 66 to the patriarchs. And I reversed the sentiment of it so that it spoke of love. And we will end on this one. My body repels weapons. My thoughts are shields. My tits are shields against trident. My strong thighs squeeze out fear. My hips are a bay of safety for ships. I look out from the lighthouse of my cunt. My peace is radiating from that inner light. My love is swelling my plush, bloody heart beyond the borders of my body. No matter who wounds it, still it spills out. My lips are mouthing the words of love, ballooning and rising in the sky. Cross aeroplane trails. They are blocking satellite signals of hate. The ripple of my orgasms is unseating hate. All future hate. All is future love. So thank you to anyone who has been interested in this video. Some of these poems are from 2 upcoming books that hopefully will be published later this year. However, I have books with Flapjack Press already, so if you look up Flapjack Press and my name, Anna Percy, you will find these books on their website. Please support small presses in this time. If you are horribly bored at home and you really need a book, Flapjack Press is outstanding, and they have ebooks which you can access instantly, and amazing writers including Rosie Garland and Jackie Hagan and my poetry wife Genevieve Walsh, and just a wide range of exciting, interesting people. So please look them up. And goodbye from me over here. And I will just let you say goodbye to our audience as well.